Hey guys, what's going on? It's been a little while. Been super busy with lots of stuff on the go, but super excited to share this project here with you. My good friend Rob Twyble here has entrusted me in rigging and wiring his brand new full throttle powerboats STV, and I'm super excited about that. And for a couple of reasons. One, if you know Rob, you'll know that that this is what he does. He's rigged a bunch of these boats. He's owned a bunch of these boats. He's brought a bunch of them up into Canada and that sort of thing, and for himself and for others, and he does a fantastic job, and he's known for it and whatnot. But Rob's got a growing family and a growing business and a young family and lots of shit in his plate, and he's super busy and just doesn't have a whole lot of time. So anyways, he talked to me and he said, look, and I'm going to give you carte blanche. I just want you to take it and kind of do your thing. So so the cool thing is with this boat is it's there's a lot of trick stuff going into it. There's AIM MXP dash, and we're monitoring pretty much everything. I mean, I won't get into what, but lots. And the telemetry is going to be pretty slick, so after a run we're going to be able to know pretty much everything the boat did, so it's pretty cool. We're incorporating some new stuff from Speedwire that I've been working on with those guys, and put in a couple of boats now, and they've worked out really good. And a couple new rigging ideas that kind of I don't think have ever really been done before, but are going to be super slick, and I think they're going to work. Again, the boat stuff's kind of new to me, but wired a lot of race cars, a lot of fast like outlaw street race cars and or street cars and outlaw 10.5s and that sort of thing, and a lot of that stuff that I learned there I want to bring over here to this. I think it just kind of fits and whatnot. So anyways, again, as always, don't claim to know it all. Tons to learn. Follow along. We're going to document this. If you see stuff you like, that's super cool. Let me know. If you see something that you think we're doing wrong, then hey, again, I only know what's worked for me in the past, and maybe it won't work here, but I'm pretty confident that it will. So watch the video, follow it through, enjoy, share, like it, tell your friends, and yeah, hope you enjoy. So just to explain what we're working on here, this is a new Jack Barsh built full throttle power boats, what they call an STV River Rocket. It's a 19-foot medium layup race boat with crossover potential. So you can lake boat with these boats quite well. They handle the water well, and I think Rob's primary intention would be to race it, but we will have dual fuel tanks and stuff that can switch over, and he can lake boat with it a little bit if he wanted to and whatnot. But and they're going to build it with a bit of like class crossover potential. Maybe do some stuff down in the States and some stuff up here, and not have to change a whole lot of things back and forth to do so. So Rob's got a couple power head options. I won't get into that. That's his gig. But anyways, we're just, like I say, going to make it functional and clean and tidy, and work real nice as a race boat, and with reliable clean rigging. So another thing, a little thing I like to do when I'm doing these projects is I don't draw anything up on. I don't have any AutoCAD or anything like that. So I just take a big piece of paper and tape it to my toolbox, and I start sketching out the circuits, and I kind of try and place the components approximately where they're going to be in the car or in the boat or whatnot, and then I kind of fill in the lines. Really, I draw out the circuits and color code them, and then I can figure out where my switches are going to be and my relays are going to be, and what's on the load side and what's on the sensing side. And I don't know, I just find it makes it simple. I refer to it numerous times throughout the project, and I'll go back in and oftentimes add things or whatnot. These boats are actually really simple, not a lot to them, but a lot of the cars that we do that, with modern sort of CAN bus systems and that sort of thing, I mean, there's thousands of wires. So these are pretty easy, and sometimes I think that I've got it burned in my head, but I still draw it out anyways. And like I say, I can figure out my wire gauge by, I can calculate my load, figure out the wire gauge, that sort of stuff. Try and stick with the FAC Mercury colors in the harnesses, and And then I kind of have my own colors that I use for the 24-volt side of things and whatnot. So anyways, there's nothing super cool and trick about this. I just thought it was kind of, I'd share something that I do. I find it's easiest, like I say, I just put it right on the box there, and you know, I'll sketch on it and doodle on it and use it throughout the project. And then I always give the customer a copy of it too, so they've got it if they have to go refer back to it. So. Wrapped up for Rob's boat. This is pretty cool. Jack provides these side consoles with all these STVs, and make a really nice spot to mount all your rig in and whatnot, and you know, saves you drilling holes in the dash and stuff. You'll see later the dash, the aim dash is in the dash of the boat, where you know, where you could see it, but everything else went here. And I'm just going to go through a couple of these things here with you. So start it all, we eliminate the factory Mercruiser key and wiring harness, and we replace it with this speed wire board and a fuse and relay assembly. So basically it's your switches, your fuses, and relays all in one. And the reason that I like this is that from Mercruiser, there's no protection, obviously. They have no relays, they don't run any fuses, some fusible links and stuff, and I just never really liked that. I thought that was all kind of hokey. So anyways, I know Gil and the guys at Speedwire quite well from drag racing years, and when we were doing this, I sat down with them and I said, I want to come up with a board that we can use in boats that's waterproof. But there's a couple things that I want. A, it has to be able to kill a two-stroke, so you need to be able to ground the stator basically to shut it down. But in the meantime, you know, have infinite control over all the different circuits. So Gil said, that's no problem. We can incorporate that. And so basically this is what we came up with. And being a race boat, it's pretty basic. You know, you've got your start, which is your crank, you know, your ignition, fuel pump on. So separate control of the fuel pump, which I liked. Data arm, turn the data computer, or the aim data on, trim computer on, accessories that we use. We got our two gauges in here, so for 12 and 24 volts or 12, 36 volts, whatever you want to use. It's really, really cool. The other thing that I liked about this idea is that obviously these are quality pieces, all billet, and Gil's able to laser etch the labels into the switches, so it's, you know, there's no hokey stick on things. But this kill was something that him and I came up with together, this idea. And what's cool is this boat won't even have a battery on-off switch, doesn't need one, because we're going to do it right here. This red button will kill through solenoids at the back, would basically be your battery shut off for both your 24 and your 12 volt battery. As well, it literally shuts the system down. So in any case of, during a race, anything goes wrong at all, it's a natural instinct, boom, hit the red, and it shuts everything down. Done boating at the end of the day, the end of the race season, boom, batteries are shut off, both batteries, and that's pretty cool. It also incorporates the kill for the two-stroke, so it grounds the motor to shut it down. So it's really cool. I'm super happy with how they designed that and did that and whatnot. So and then of course here you've got your Mercruiser kill switch, you know, your tether lanyard to yourself. I laid it out in this way for a couple of reasons. One, I had somebody say to me the other day when I posted a picture, why is the trim computer stuffed way up to the end of the console? Like, why wouldn't you center it? And again, these aren't very waterproof. This was my thought process anyways. These aren't very waterproof and need to be accessible from the driver's seat. But the way this console sits in the boat is the side of the boat overhangs about here. So in the case of a splash or even a light rain or something like that, it's really going to shelter this. This I'm not worried about, it's waterproof. Aim camera is sealed up again too. It's fine for splash. You wouldn't want to submerge it, but anyways, we'll get back to that in a second. So we tucked that in there. The GPS module that picks up the GPS signal is here where it's wide open and accessible. This is kind of cool. This is our USB port to plug the laptop in after a run to pull the data out. A nice neat location and sealed up and shut down. And then Rob went ahead and purchased the camera setup for the AIM, which is badass. I mean, this is a camera that you can place anywhere you want in the boat, or you could place numerous ones if you like. And when the data is on, the screen lights up and you can see the camera view. But the main thing is it's recording that with your data. So after a run, when you pull the data up, you can literally lay the run files over top of the video and see exactly what was happening. And it's just a really nice feature. It's pretty cool. It's not cheap, but it's badass. And I think you're going to see more of these coming about with some shit that's going on. So anyways, that's just, again, my explanation of why I laid this out the way I did. Make it nice and functional and tidy and out of the way of the driver when you're in the driver's seat. I mean, easily accessible, but not something that you're going to bump or hit or knock or modify. So anyways, that was my theory for that. And this will be on quick disconnect. So literally there'll be 2 quick disconnects come out, and other than the shifter cable through here, it'll come out of the boat that easy. So